Imagine a skinny boy, born in the middle of a brutal war, kicking a makeshift ball down the narrow corridors of a refugee hotel. Surrounded by fear, destruction, and uncertainty, very few believed he would ever go far. But this Croatian child, with a quiet intensity in his eyes and an extraordinary gift at his feet, was about to prove the world wrong. His name? Luka Modrić. And this is the story you were never told. Before the fame, before the trophies, before the millions, there was pain, loss, and relentless struggle. Raised in the chaos of the Croatian War of Independence, Modrić faced a world that seemed determined to break him. But instead of falling, he found refuge in the one thing that made him feel alive: football. His passion for the game burned brighter than the bombs around him, and step by step, he began carving out a future that no one could have imagined. This video will take you on a journey through Modric's incredible life, from those early days of war and survival to his rise through small clubs, his breakthrough at Dinamo Zagreb, and the moment he caught the attention of Europe's giants. We'll uncover the challenges he faced in the Premier League, the battles he fought in La Liga, the trophies he lifted with Real Madrid, and the ultimate reward, being crowned the best player in the world. But there's more. Behind the success lies a private life of luxury and family, fast cars and million-dollar sponsorships, and a fortune that few truly know the size of. How did this once-forgotten child become a footballing legend? What drove him? What did he sacrifice? The full story is coming, but first, make sure you subscribe, because what you're about to see will change the way you look at greatness forever. He didn't need much time. Luka Modrić stepped onto the pitch in England as an unknown, a quiet figure among giants. But with every touch of the ball, every well-timed pass, and every calm decision under pressure, he began to rewrite the narrative. Match after match, he wasn't just playing football, he was orchestrating it. Like a conductor leading a symphony, Modrić dictated the tempo, connected the lines, and turned chaos into structure. Slowly but surely, he became the heartbeat of Tottenham Hotspur, the brain behind the beautiful game they played, the bridge between defense and attack, the calm in the storm. But it was in 2012 that his story took a dramatic turn, a leap that very few players ever get the chance to take. Real Madrid, one of the most powerful, demanding, and historic clubs on the planet, came calling. When the announcement was made, the football world buzzed with opinions. Some celebrated, others doubted. Could this quiet midfielder, coming from a modest background and a mid-tier English club, truly survive, or even shine, among global superstars? The answer didn't take long to come. Luka didn't just survive in Madrid, he transformed it. Amid legends like Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Toni Kroos, and Casemiro, Modrić carved his own path, a silent force who didn't need the spotlight to dominate. With intelligence sharper than most, vision that seemed to slow down time, and a work ethic forged in hardship, he became a key figure in one of the most successful eras the club had ever seen. He brought balance, he brought order, he brought magic. The results, nothing short of historic: 5 Champions League trophies, 4 FIFA Club World Cups, 3 La Liga titles, Super Cups, Copa del Rey victories, European dominance. He became not just a starter, but a symbol, a living example of consistency, class, and humility. In a world of egos and headlines, Modrić stood out by simply doing the extraordinary every single game with quiet dignity. And even now, after turning 37 while others slow down, Luka continues to be a reference point at Real Madrid, a leader, a legend. But his story wasn't limited to club success. On the international stage, Luka Modrić became the soul of a nation. In the 2018 World Cup in Russia, he didn't just play, he led. He lifted Croatia, a country small in size but enormous in heart, all the way to the final. Game after game he inspired, he guided, he carried. Though they fell to France in the final, Modric's brilliance could not be denied. He was awarded the Golden Ball, the best player of the tournament, a fitting recognition for a man who had carried not just a team, but the hope of an entire country. 4 years later, at the age when most players are looking toward retirement, he returned to the World Cup stage in Qatar. And once again, he defied the odds, taking Croatia to a third-place finish and proving that greatness has no expiration date. But perhaps the most defining moment of his individual legacy came after that magical 2018 season. Luka Modrić broke the decade-long duopoly of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo to win the Ballon d'Or. It wasn't just a trophy, it was a statement that intelligence, effort and humility still had a place at the top of the game, that even in a sport full of flash, there's still room for those who do it quietly but flawlessly. And now, looking back on the boy from a war-torn land, who once played football in refugee corridors, who grew into one of the most respected midfielders in history, we are left with one question. What drives a man like Luka Modrić? Was it the past he came from, the dreams he chased, or the belief that even in a game filled with noise, true greatness always speaks for itself? Tell us in the comments. What does Luka Modrić mean to you? Is he the greatest midfielder of his generation? Or is his story something even bigger than football? In a world where football is often dominated by flashy headlines, larger-than-life personalities, and players chasing the spotlight, one man quietly carved his name into history, not through extravagance, but through elegance. Luka Modrić is a reminder that true greatness doesn't always need to shout to be heard. He has never been the type to chase cameras or stir controversy. Instead, he let his game speak. A player who always placed the team above personal glory, who never needed to be loud to be respected, and yet he rose to become the very best in the world. Today, even as one of the most senior figures in Real Madrid's squad, Modrić continues to carry himself with the same poise, the same humility, and the same hunger to win that he had when he first arrived in Spain. As a new generation rises, with the likes of Jude Bellingham, Eduardo Camavinga, and Federico Valverde taking the stage, Luka remains a steady presence, not through speeches or grand gestures, but through example. A silent leader, a professional in every sense, the kind of player younger teammates watch and learn from, not because they're told to, but because they want to. His discipline in training, his respect for the game, and the admiration he commands from everyone around him make him a rare figure in modern football. But to truly understand Luka Modrić, you have to go back, far beyond the Champions League finals, the golden trophies, or the roaring fans in Madrid. He was born during one of the darkest periods in Croatian history, the Croatian War of Independence. While the world around him crumbled, Luka's childhood was shaped by the weight of conflict and displacement. His father, Stipe Modrić, worked as an aircraft technician for the Croatian army, while his mother, Radojka, was a seamstress. Together, they did everything they could to keep the family safe, holding it together through the chaos that surrounded them. Forced to flee their home, Luka and his family became refugees, living in modest hotels turned into temporary shelters. The walls were thin, the future uncertain, but even in those grey corridors, Luka found something that gave him light: football. He kicked whatever he could find, cloth, paper, plastic, across concrete floors. Those improvised games, played on makeshift pitches, were where his story truly began. That early struggle didn't harden him. It shaped him. It gave him perspective. It grounded him in a world that would later try to pull him into its glamorous extremes. And perhaps that's why, even today, when he's surrounded by wealth, fame, and global recognition, he still values the quiet moments most. Off the pitch, Modrić is a devoted family man. He shares his life with Vanja Bosnić, a woman who has been by his side through every chapter of his journey. They met when she worked at a sports agency, helping to manage Luka's career, and their bond quickly grew into something deeper. In 2010, they got married, beginning a life together that has always been intentionally private, away from the spotlight. Vanya isn't just his wife, she's his partner in every sense. Known for her strength and intelligence, she plays a vital role behind the scenes, helping Luka make some of the most important decisions of his professional path. Together, they've built a home rooted in love, stability, and purpose. They have 3 children, Ivano, born in 2010, and 2 daughters, Emma and Sofia, born in 2013 and 2017. Despite his global fame, Luka often says that his greatest joy comes not from lifting trophies, but from returning home to be just dad. Whether it's celebrating a win with his kids in the stadium tunnel or enjoying a quiet moment on a family vacation, those are the memories he treasures most. For him, being present with his children, away from the noise of the world, is the ultimate reward. And yes, there are glimpses of luxury. One of the most iconic vehicles in Modric's collection is the Audi Q7, a sleek, spacious SUV that offers both comfort and safety for his family. The Q7 became a signature ride among Real Madrid players during the years Audi was an official sponsor of the club. But unlike many players who flaunt supercars and collections, Luka's lifestyle remains understated, practical, purposeful, and grounded. So, what makes Luka Modrić different? Maybe it's the way he plays with timeless grace. Maybe